But good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the stream.
Hi.
Hello. All right, today we're going to be continuing on with the Eorzea Explorers, Heavensward, and today we're at our last zone, Azys. Look at the pretty helix. It's mesmerizing.
I see that. That's a nice shot you got there. Where's you at?
Yeah. I think she's behind us. Wait.
No
Maybe.
way.
Try to figure out where I'm at.
Time to do the cheating. So she just being difficult.
I ain't being difficult whatsoever. I'm literally right at the beginning of the song.
So are we.
Like, did you come all the way back from the crystal? Like, all the way back?
I'm like smooshing myself against a barrier. Where are you?
I'm right here.
Oh, there you are.
Yep, this is the view. Yes. And I'm taking a picture.
I was like, wait, what is this? But yeah, nice view.
Yeah.
Yep. This is literally... Yeah, I actually picked this up from someone else during the fan fest because they took a picture out here, and I was like, I never did that.
Yeah, I would have never thought to do that either. So that's actually cool. I like that.
Same.
Now it's stormy.
Ooh, Stormy's nice.
I do like the clear picture because it's kind of rare, at least for me in my case, to have it where the sun is out and the weather's clear. At least in my case, I never can find Azys with that type of weather. There's clouds rolling in. All right, then, let's go. All right. Remember, we're on a high school field trip. Scatter. No, I like this place. I really do. I never realized it did all of this. That's a little bit too bright. See if I can do something about that.
As we all start concentrating.
Right? I mean, that what we always do though.
I know.
Pretty much.
I actually like this one. That's nice too. I remember you saying that this was your favorite zone.
Hello.
How are you doing today? Oh no.
What?
Come out the heat wave. Hi, Niter. How you doing? I'm glad that you're doing well as well. And Soraya with the hosting.
We also got follows.
I saw Niter. Never mind me. I am just trying to take a picture. That is extremely kind of bright. I really wish color marker wouldn't make it so glowy, but it's okay.
Yeah, it has it.
It has its uses, but then you're just like, okay, why are you making this so glowy? I actually like
Right.
0.4 for this one.
Depends on how much glow you want.
So glowy. I actually have to watch Coming to America 2. That's so weird. But yeah, I need to watch that. You're stuck in Praetorium? What are you talking about?
Goodness.
Oh,
What are you talking about stuck in Praetorium? That's the best time to go get laundry done.
Or go for a run, as most people have said. Someone actually timed running around their block while Gaius went on his monologue while coming
wow.
down before turning Super Saiyan, and they
are
came
you
back before his,
serious?
they came back before his speech was over. Like, they started the timer, went down a flight of stairs, out their house, ran around their block, came back, went back up the stairs, and sat down, and he had just turned Saiyan.
Wow. Oh, you're on
That's
Nero?
That's a mood. That is such a mood. I'm so done with whoever did that.
I mean, they wanted to test it out. It was a very good theory.
With so many people already AFK in there to begin with.
I mean, yeah. Okay, Nero doesn't have that long of a monologue.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
I mean,
It's
more. His isn't long, but it's very dense. Like, I don't know if I've ever been able to read the entire speech bubble at one time.
Why read the bubble when you? Oh, you talking about for Nero? Or you talking about for Gaius?
For Nero.
Nero?
No, for Nero.
I thought he had. Was it voiced? No. Okay.
No, Nero's is not voiced.
Oh.
It starts getting voiced after Nero. After the point that it would be helpful. if he spoke. I still don't know what he's saying other than arguing with Sid.
Yeah, it's pretty much arguing.
Owl bear.
Nothing more than that.
It is an owl and it is a bear. Owl bear. Ooh, that's a nice shot. Again, I wish it was daylight.
And I wouldn't even say it's even. It's more like somebody having pouty.
But what we're doing today is, again, exploring Eorzea, Heavensward edition. This is the last zone, Azys Law, and this is after the. Well, basically after this, we also are going to be taking a short little break before we head over into Stormblood, and also just to give us a little bit of rest because we have been, like I said, this is a weekly podcast. So we have been basically going through zones and, getting stuff out for them and, just continuing on. So we're going to have us like a short break, 2 weeks. And then we'll be heading into Stormblood for all those nice zones.
Very excited for Stormblood.
I'm excited for a couple of, okay, NPC, enemy. Like, just in my shop. Go in. No, it's one of those, like, I am excited for, I will have to say 2-3 zones. That is really bright. Oh, that is really bright. Okay, let me turn that down just a little bit.
There's a few specific that I'm excited for, but as a whole, Stormblood had some very, very interesting areas. I know it's not the most popular expansion, but landscape-wise, it had a lot of really good diversity.
Oh yeah, I have to agree with you on that. It was just like, this is okay, but it's like landscape-wise, especially for one of the areas I'm really excited for. I've taken a ton of screenshots over here, and I'm just like, yes, I can take more. That's no problem with me.
Oh no, I have to take more in my favorite area. My arm has been twisted.
Boo, boo, boo. Exactly. Like,
I like Stormblood. I actually like the expansion. It was
okay, I've already said my piece with the expansion. That's okay. That's actually
well, I mean, Stormblood had is. I thought it was a nice different pace because it was a lot of, at least for me, ARR was a lot of fight. Heavensward is pretty much the same thing. Stormblood, I felt like kind of eased off of that a little bit. And kind of paced out the consistent every other scene fight scene you were getting ready to have to do. So I actually like that portion of it. Story-wise, I mean, I've said it before. It was not an Alameda.
it wasn't. I said no. It really wasn't.
It was a political story, but it also was a don't. I wish it would have been a lot that way, where it was splitting it up so that you did help out a lot with Alameda, as well as helping out. But Soma did steal the show, and they pretty much are still riding that. At least does not take a front and center thing. It's kind of like, oh yeah, there's Alameda.
Yeah,
Even
it's
in the
it
cutscenes,
does.
it's kind of like your eyes go to everybody else and then leave. So, yeah.
A fun
Feel
way,
like
a fun way to
with the
reset your pose. Sit and jump.
I feel like with the Alamigo story specifically, there was a lot of really good groundwork and a lot of really good potential, but I felt like they kind of rushed some of it a little bit. Like they rushed through that stuff because they spent so much time on the Dolmen story. But I do understand that is mostly a personal preference or a personal take on that.
I actually feel kind of like the same way too. I wouldn't. I mean, well, obviously, having played through it, yes, they showed a lot more love for Kagane Doma's side and the Doma side of the story. It's like it's a lot more. It's a lot more intricate. Like I said, a lot more detail on it. And it was I kind of feel a little bit, like I said, bamboozled a little bit, because it's like, Stormblood, oh, it's freeing Alamigo, and it's like, okay, we've been in Alamigo all of 30 seconds. Okay, time to go to the Far East. Huh? What? But what is it? I can understand, because Soraya brought this up to me, was that not trying to go into spoilers, is like it basically, when you do go to playing the game, it's kind of explained why it's needed. Actually, let's go. But no, it's explained why they're doing it and why it's needed. So I had to let it go a little bit, just because I'm like, okay, I do get it from that standpoint. So it was, but still, it does feel like, I was just like, it would have been nice to kind of get a little bit more, as far as, I guess for me, more backstory on Alamigo, as far as like how their culture and everything is, kind of like how they reflect it for Doma side. Is that I can understand, because I guess occupational wise it was ran much differently, but it still would have been nice to see.
Yeah.
Which would be a good reach out event? Anybody know?
Wait, what was the question?
No, you don't smile while you're doing this. I wish they would actually angle up and point at what they're actually looking at. Like if you're looking up, they're actually pointing up. Never mind me. I'm taking personal shots. Well, shots with my person in.
Right, those are allowed. Ain't no rule against that.
What?
Apparently me and the camera show fights.
Well, that happened.
Yeah, it's like, I want to kind of explain it, basically how I felt about it. I'm just kind of like, hey. Like I said, it was some part in the stories that I really did enjoy, but then it was some that fell short for me. And I think that's okay. I think
Yeah.
that's okay. mean, but that's kind of like that with kind of every expansion, though. It will like you'll have some parts that you love, and then you have some parts you just like.
Yeah, it's like that. It's
And I mean, overall, my personal experience with Stormbolt was very positive. I just get very critical of it because I can see where, like, little things where the story could have been improved or been clearer in parts, or just saw the potential for growth. And also, I will admit, a little bitter that we didn't get to spend as much time in Alamigo, just because we'd spent so long learning about it in game. And I understand, like, the political stuff with it, and I get it. I'm still very sad about it. Hey, kudos for the, like, landscape-wise, that being a desert and not being the most boring desert on the planet. I'm very happy about that. I'm very happy for Dimension and Rock Desert. I like Rock Desert a lot.
Okay, I will admit, I have not taken a lot of pictures of like Alamigo and stuff like that, because I did see it as one of those places. Okay, there's a rock. There's a rock. Oh, look, there's another rock.
Wow.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie though. So I mean, this is before I really started G-posing. Sue me. So now I can actually find and see the beauty in things. Leave me alone. So now I can appreciate the differences of the landscapes and make it nice. Hi, Moonchild. How are you? So I can appreciate that now. Like back when I was ignorant of G-pose, I could not.
Well, I think when you walk in and you're kind of disappointed in some of the things that you see, it makes it a little bit harder to G-pose or want to like go capture those kind of moments in the story. Just because your view of it is just kind of like, it's understandable.
Because it wasn't like I was expecting, oh, everything is going to be bright and colorful. They're going to have waterfalls everywhere. No, it was just like at first I was kind of like, oh, okay. Okay, next area, is it going to be prettier?
I think it's, you know what, in all honesty, and I'm not going to lie, and I'm probably one of the people that initially did that, where I personally, you were so hyped about Alamigo because of how, like, a lot of the people portrayed it, like, they were like, oh, Alamigo was so great, and blah, blah, blah. You wanted to see exactly what it was. And then it became, is it?
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, this looks just like little Alamigo.
Yeah.
What's the hype about? So I think that played a part into why Alamigo was so...
It was played up. It really was.
Yeah, it was very much played up, and why people may have had a lackluster experience with it first walking in, versus you walk in and you're like, okay, we gotta go find, you know, this guy, and then you walk into you go ahead and walk right into, you know, the Far East, and the first thing that you're smacked with is Kagane.
Yep.
And you're like, oh. So yeah, it made it was, the Far East made a much more dramatic entry that I think people wanted Alamigo to have, and it did. So it's understandable. It's honestly very much so understandable. It's not like you got the Oh my god, look at how amazing Alamigo entries was the way the Far East is.
Came into a port, and it was like, oh, this is nice. No, Hillsbrand, man, you cannot be in the picture.
You said, but why though?
As I said no.
But why?
Like, you don't pay my sub?
Yeah.
Too bad he out the picture.
Wow. Wow.
Just taking a picture of the doorway, it's okay.
Taking a picture of the ship. Okay, too.
Well, how are you doing today, Moon? I hope your Sunday has been going well. Okay, don't judge me. I'm seeing like, okay, these statues over here. I just realized that each statue is over a portal. You know, basically their fight. I just not realized that's how it's situated.
Don't feel that, because same. And I'm very upset because I got lost so much doing the triad.
Because I'm over here like, oh, it's a doorway. Then I like go up. I'm like, oh, wait. And I go like to each one. I'm like, wait, they all situated like this. I'm like, I never noticed that. Wow. Okay, never mind. You know, I only played this since, you know, closed beta 2.0. You know, and I didn't notice that. It was just like, go here. Okay.
Okay.
Yep. So go here.
here's a question. Who was your favorite to fight in the Warring Triad?
None of them. I mean, Max. Actually, my favorite, I guess. I guess Sephiroth was my favorite fight. No particular reason. I just liked his fight because I couldn't stand Sophia's because of the scale. Because I'm sorry, every time the arena tilted, especially on extreme, my butt clenched. I can't deal with fights like that. So I'm just kind of like, I'm good on you. Hi Red, how are you doing?
Hi, Red.
So yeah, that's why I say, yeah, I can deal with Sephiroth. I can't deal with Sophia. Zervan, I actually never went into his fight as much.
Really?
I only went like a handful of times. And I got his mount, and then I was done. Look,
Okay, I tended to get Zervan a lot.
Said my favorite one. I only said Sephiroth because I had to go in there quite a bit as far as getting his birds on.
My personal one was actually Zervan.
I thought that fight was. I liked all of the Warring Triad. I liked all, but I felt like both attacks.
Like you're like wavering in and out.
Oh, because my mic is all the way down. I felt like Zervan had the most interesting mechanics.
Yeah.
That, at least that's how I looked at it. To me, that's what it was for me. Was that part of it?
See, I loved it. One, because I like the dual fire and ice kind of thing. I loved that whole thing. But I also just really loved the phase transition animation. I just absolutely loved it. And then when we did the extreme, it was still there and I just got like pumped.
Yeah, that is an actually really nice phase transition. And I do like that one. I often will try to take pictures while you're in the transition. And every now and then you might get people that will actually spread out so that they're in the snowflake.
Which is always just chef kiss.
Mm-hmm. You know, that was, I'd say Zervan was like my favorite one out of all three of them. I mean, Heavensward fight in general, hands down Bismarck.
That you really liked?
Yeah.
Oh.
I actually really enjoyed it. Like, I honestly, so of all the mounts that I normally farm for, when I was farming for Heavensward mounts, that was literally the one mount that I would not mind spending forever to go in there and farm for. I love the music. I thought aesthetically it was a really good, a nice fight.
Mm-hmm.
So I really enjoyed it as a fight anyway. But I love the music of Zervan. So Zervan has always had really good music to me. And so I loved it. So I literally kind of was sad when I got my mount.
You mean Bismarck?
Well, yeah, Bismarck, yeah. I was sad when I got my mount. And I was like, no.
I actually like the music in this, Mark. I like the, especially the second part.
Mm-hmm. I like the first part.
I like the second parts. I mean, both of them are really good. I would say my favorite over the two is just the second phase of this one. I may have to come back here in different language.
Right? One of the guys in my FC, his whole aesthetic is elegant tech. So every single one of his classes fits in here.
You're sounding
Wow.
robotic.
Huh?
You're sounding a little robotic to me.
Am I?
Just a little bit for me, too.
I'm gonna leave the voice thing and come back in and see if that helps.
Okay.
Okay.
It was fine, but then it was like started getting. Oh, I like that filter. It's nice.
Is that better?
Say something?
Do I sound like a human?
Yeah, better.
Oh, good.
My Lala is obsessed with elegant stuff. Heck, her echo helps with it.
Highly encourage that.
Gamma quadrants. But yeah, I definitely will have to come back here in more, I guess, appropriate glamour. But we're mostly doing mostly land shots, actually. Is there a storage area?
Oh, yeah, I would say Bismarck was definitely one of my favorites.
I'm trying to see which one was my favorite. Besides, Seth, I have to say Thornton, honestly.
Yeah, I was actually gonna say that as well. That is, I think that's the one I got the most hyped on. But I also have a really, really deep love for 7. So,
Yeah, I think it was also that because I do like 7 as well. So I was wondering how they were going to do that because Lord knows you can literally go and make yourself a freaking sandwich while Knights of the Round is going. And then don't do the mimic
Yeah.
material. Oh Lord, you might as well just go ahead and cook like dinner while you're at it.
oh yeah. And see, before we went into the fight, my friends asked me, like, you know, if I like which summon I liked best in 7. I was like, well, obviously the one that did the most damage.
I know, right? It's obviously the one who did the most damage. Duh. What kind of question is that?
If it's not Shiva, it was Knights of the Round. And they're like, okay, you'll like this fight then. And then it, like, the minute they like broke off and it started, it was just like, it just didn't go down.
I really would like Pencil 3 for this.
Yeah, pencil works really well here.
It's like Pencil 1 is okay. Pencil 3 though is like doing work for me. I said, okay. All she has to do is touch a piece of broken tech and If it can be fixed, she'll get a flash of how to fix it. But if it can't, she just gets a memory of the last person to use it. Oh, okay. Yeah, that is actually interesting.
Yeah, that's a very
Like that.
interesting use of the echo.
Beta quadrant. I am going all in no particular order, so
Oh no, same. I'm just kind of floating around.
I mean, we got no reason to be like super proper and organized for taking pictures in one
what do
area.
you mean? We are the utmost of organized, right?
That's funny. You're funny.
It's a struggle to get up in the morning. Gotta work? No. I don't want to. Cover your eyes. Okay, nothing happened. I lied. Pay no attention to me. That's 2. But no, Lavender, that's actually a good backstory on how your character uses their echo.
Oh, it's very creative. I love it. Yes.
I used to hate coming down here. Oh, this was a death trap for me.
Right?
Oh, with all the corpse flowers, because it was like, oh, here's an item that's like literally in the middle of here. Oh, it was doing the. Yeah, it was like, oh, here's an item that's literally right here, or when you're trying to hunt for a hunt mob. Oh. I was like, why?
You know what? It's satisfying. Coming back there as level 80 and literally murdering all of them.
Yes.
Just like
Mood?
aha!
Mood. I am not gonna lie. I do that.
Who's the predator now?
I do that. I literally will go back.
The mobs
To
are like,
old
why do I hear
areas.
boss music?
Right. I will go back to older areas just to find those specific mobs who used to make my life miserable in zones and be like, you remember me? Do you remember me?
I'm gonna make you remember me.
I'm very excited for Endwalker so I can go back into areas in Shadowbringers and just be like, hi. Remember me?
I actually didn't have that many issues as far as in Shadowbringers. I still
Shadowbringers
can't
not so
believe
much.
it took two and a half expansions to get this song as an orchestration, bro. Yeah, on some. As far as you getting it, or yeah, sometimes I think they're a little bit slow on getting orchestration rolled out. Real quick.
Which song?
I guess the song for this area.
Oh. Probably popularity reasons.
Sorry about that. Had a little bit of hiccup.
No, you're good.
You're good. I mean, how dare you?
How dare you have a real life?
Hey, I know.
A real body. Not this fictional avatar.
I know, right? I know when I used to be enlisted, we had somebody had to do PRT. I'd be like, why can't my character run my PRT for me? She literally has unlimited stamina. I was like, I don't.
She said no.
I know, right? SEN freaking military said no. So no. Oh, do you mean with the scratch off tickets? The what are the Moogle tickets?
Which ticket?
The Moogle tickets from the restoration.
What about them?
No, I guess, was it a prize? She said I think it was one of the prizes for the Ishgard restoration. I guess the orchestration for this area.
It might have been. I'm not 100% sure.
I'm not either. Considering I just kind of was like, oh, you just grow. I don't have it. I used it, but I never really listened to it. How are y'all doing over there on y'all separate field trip?
I am doing really good. The thing that sucks about this right area right now though is I hate their there we go, never mind. I retract my statement.
Landing. No, I'm over here near the Garland ship. One of their dreadnoughts is all. Yes, there's orange. And more orange. Yellow. Welcome to Azys Law.
Yes, right. Pasteurization does good in here too.
Really, really does.
I think I used it for a few.
Especially the stuff like on the center island.
Mm-hmm.
Where the tech lights are and stuff. Oh, so good.
It does. It really does.
Start a part. Frosted glass. Probably should go in one of the caves and try it out too.
Oh, trust me, I'm trying it out somewhere. It's not in the cave though. Definitely not in the
But
cave.
the glowy, creepy flowers. again. Oh yeah, this one. I hated this area too.
Oh, yeah, that one too.
Yeah, this
Especially
one was
'cause-
a pain to get through.
Especially because of the fate that pops up over there in the middle of where you're supposed to go.
Yep. I remember all the fate parties that used to come through here, just like with ARR. A ton of fate parties used to happen in like the Blue Fog area, northern Thanalin. And I just remember at ARR when you were like 45, 46 to get up to 50. If people didn't want to run dungeons, they went right over there. It's nothing but going through doing the fates. And then same thing over here. It's nice. It's actually really nice. And then over here it was just like same thing. Like last couple of levels, few levels or whatever, people just came over here. I'm actually liking the more toned down colors this time around, instead of everything being bright. It's actually nice too.
Oh, Brian. On so many levels.
Nope, I got a feeling the map is gonna tell me no. Yep, the map is telling me no. The map said no, you cannot go any further. I'm like, oh, it's a building in the distance. Let me go over. No.
Not today.
Fine, I'll go right here then. Yeah. Fractal Continuum.
I like this.
Good with this.
It is very interesting the things you will find that you didn't actually explore in this world.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know for me, Azys was my least favorite area in Heavensward. It's not an area that I was completely fond of, so exploration of it was kind of like, eh.
I can
I'm good.
pass.
I'm good. I'm fine. Yeah, it was like I can pass on this.
Huh. Never realized going to imposterization 1 and then you changing the screen effects, like the filters and stuff, actually gives it a little bit more of a different look at also.
Yep.
Yeah,
It
it looks.
does.
It's so much fun.
I actually really like this one. I don't know what it is about the polka dot one, but I really like it.
Oh, the polka dot is my favorite to use with posterization because it gives it a pixel art kind of look.
It's over here.
Hmm?
No. Oh, it's a little bit walked away. I want a little bit to come back. I had a close-up shot with it and everything.
Aw.
No. No.
I really like the design that these structures are going. Kind of give me, like, for some reason, Persona 5 feel.
I think it's the red.
Yeah, it's the red. It has to be. Ah. I guess I also get a. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get
Yeah.
a little bit of a saturated shot of this. Oh, color pencil. Looks nice over here too.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's I haven't really found a lot I can use color pencil for. I'm actually kind of shocked. Oh, hey, actually looks good. Everything's on
There we
fire.
go.
Norman and Azzy slow and it's starting to storm here too.
Mm. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of, I guess as Lavender said, like they're having a heat wave right now. So, usually anything, depending on where they are, at least if they're to the west of where I am, their weather usually is soon to follow back over to us.
Do you believe I am west of you? Yes. Yes, I am. I remembered how geography works.
Rating at me on my positions. I am west of you.
Surprisingly, moving to a state that mostly deals in cardinal directions helped for me. Absolutely no one where I live is like, oh yeah, if you turn left up here, you'll be good. It's no, if you turn west up here, you'll be good. Like, oh, okay.
No, I love it when I have to use Google Maps. And it's like, turn west here. What? Where? I don't have a compass in my car, Google. Tell me left or right. Or straight. Like, as soon as you turn it on, they'd be like, you will take west on. definitely
It's
have to come
also-
back over here in other glams.
Oh yeah. Why won't it let me land on the pretty purple crystal?
It said no,
But why?
as he said so.
And see, why have you taken away my joy?
You're not the only one. Why can't I date certain NPCs? SE? Why?
Yeah. That's actually a good question. Why not? Why not SC?
Oh, that would never happen. Oh man,
Oh,
that
no.
would never happen.
Oh no, well they have said it's ambiguous enough that, you know, you can go with whatever you want. I'm like, okay, but can I have a wedding?
Yeah, you say that, but can I have a wedding though? That's the real question.
Can I have a wedding without, like, bribing my friend to make an NPC character?
Wow. Or a mod in some people's cases.
Yeah.
Actually, go back. There we go. This is really Soraya's quiet.
Sound of concentration.
I know, right? I think this. Oh, shoot. I can actually get a full shot of the ship from here. Shield your eyes, everyone. Never mind, I lied. I keep forgetting it's not color filter. It's not screen effect. It's color filter. I have to worry about. That does the ether meter.
That one.
Yeah, that one. The ether meter. I was like, oh, this is like, yeah, I have to be careful with that one because that one gets really bright. Also, this one is not multi-layer. I mean, I guess multi-layer is much as Sea of Clouds either, as far as when it comes to floating islands.
Yeah.
It's very, very spread. I will say that. It's very spread. It does take a minute to kind of touch every little area of here.
didn't realize how big this shit was. I knew it took me forever just to get to the top, but jeez. See if I can find one of y'all.
You'll never take me alive.
This is gorgeous. That's the thing I originally had before I got so distracted.
But I do have to still say, Azys Law, I still give it its okay zone. It's not one of my favorites.
That's fine. It's not for everyone.
It's not for everyone. Like, it wasn't one of them. But I also contribute my experience. It's just because I didn't like at every step there were enemies at your face. So it gave it a little bit of a feel for me. And it didn't make it as it could have been. So it wasn't pleasant, at least in my eyes. It wasn't pleasant.
I found someone on this doggone mountain.
You keep playing with it.
It's like that little dog with mange that the old lady just adores and want to keep in his skin. It's just so irritated and blotchy, and he's just like the meanest looking thing and just the ugliest thing ever. But the old lady likes it, so you gotta kind of put up with it.
Wow.
I'm kind of done with the whole backstory.
Right.
Like, there was really an entire backstory to this dog. Somebody clip that. There was a whole backstory to this dog.
It's just, yes, Miss Johnson.
I am clipping that because that was wow.
That sounded just like it was so detailed that it's like, okay, is this personal?
Right. I feel like this needs to be
Do
a
you know?
question.
Do you know this dog? Do you know this old lady? Did they hurt you?
That was very personal. Ma'am. Sir, ma'am. Can we not?
Look. Just a dog that everybody's kind of like it. It'd probably be better if the dog got put down, but no, Miss Johnson liked the dog. Okay. Just gonna have to deal with it.
And now we've moved on to like this? Okay.
It got very personal.
Yeah.
Laura. We're here for you.
We will have our counseling session after the show.
Right.
What is this? I've never seen this before. Huh.
Like I said, I mean, it was for, like I said, I like this area. It was one of the least explored areas for me. But, like, now going back through here like this, I actually really adore it. Like, I like the various aesthetics. It's still pretty much very technologically advanced, but you now get to see more of it and kind of can zoom in on details. So I actually am liking the way Azys comes out.
I guess for me, I guess it's a little bit harder for me. It's like while I kind of like like I said, I like the technological stuff as far as a player. I really do. But I guess also because my character has a backstory, it wouldn't fit with how she is or the aesthetic as far as stuff is, because like I said, I have to go into appropriate, not that my glamour isn't appropriate, but more appropriate glamour, like for this area where it would be kind of like she's blending in but she's not, I guess. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're laying down.
And plus, I mean, I guess it's already been noted, at least for me. If I had issues with Alamigo, I kind of have issues with this place too. Alamigo, oh rock, oh another rock. Watch your eyes. Yes, another rock. Yeah.
It reminds me of that SpongeBob quote. It's not a boulder, it's a rock. A rock. SpongeBob was so good back then.
Yeah, back then. It's kind of funny because whenever my little one would go see my dad be having SpongeBob on. I'm like, I said, which season is this? He's like, season? And I go and look like, no, this is the bad stuff. No, we only watched early SpongeBob in this house.
There's actually an analysis video on YouTube talking about the change.
It's a lot of stuff that's actually been like that. Like, it's really good early on, and then the later it goes, it's just like, it's kind of like with me with The Simpsons when I was younger.
Yeah.
I loved The Simpsons when I was younger. But as I got, older and the seasons kept going, and at the time, like even now, I'm just thinking, okay, why isn't this show like not playing anymore at this point? It's just kind of like, yeah, it's, like, the humor isn't there anymore. It's like it's trying to keep up with the time, but it's just like, is Bart never going to grow up? Is Lisa never going to grow up? Maggie is forever a baby. Like, seriously.
I appreciate that they continue the tradition of showing us what they'll be like as adults every season. I do genuinely like those to see how it's changed over the years.
Mm-hmm. I remember the first one. I believe it was like the first one they did when Lisa was supposed to be getting married and everything. And it was like, oh, Maggie has the most, and I remember then, oh, Maggie has the most beautiful singing voice. And then she gets ready to sing. Then they interrupt, no, the wedding's off. I'm like, God dog it, I want to see how she actually sounds like.
But see, that was such a good tease. Like, that joke was great. Or, I think the one where she became president, where Lisa became president, Maggie had, like, laryngitis, so she couldn't talk. Like, y'all. Y'all really don't want us to hear it, do you?
Well, there is an actual episode where Maggie actually talks.
I know, yeah, there is. Yeah, I remember that when she was little and they were trying to get her to say either mom or dad, and at the end she actually, I forgot what she said.
She said dad.
Yeah, but she said dad, and then it just cut off. It was like literally one single word. I was like, are you serious? Serious?
Is that the episode where it was like, you're stuck here forever, and then it was like, do it for her? I don't remember what episode it was specifically, but I do remember that, because it was one of those like, oh, Homer's actually a good dad. He's just stupid.
Yeah, because I think it was like they were reflecting on all the kids that
I found the
all
dog
the
again.
all the children's first word,
Mm.
and he was saying that they were talking about how Bart and them used to interact with each other and stuff like that, and I think it was like he made Homer put Maggie to bed, and he told her, he said, "Don't be in a rush to grow up." And Maggie took the pacifier out of her mouth, and she said, "Daddy."
I remember that episode. I just couldn't remember what she said.
Yeah, she said his name because none of the kids had ever said his. None of the other two had said him. It was just like, it was literally just
because
her.
I think I remember that when they were saying, Bart was saying, what was my first word? And they thought back on it. And it was I caramba. They were like, oh, we don't remember. But yeah.
To be fair, I wouldn't want to admit that those were my kids' first words either.
Well, there was a reason why. So.
Oh, yeah.
They were like, oh, yeah, we don't remember.
Don't tell him.
The red eye. Let me try posterization in this one. Not too far. I mean, but that's the same way with Family Guy, American Dad, other shows that have been around much too long.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like, it was good when it first came out, like the early seasons. I will give it to like maybe 3 seasons, and after that, I think it should be out the pasture with them. Like, okay, end it. you're good.
I would say 3 to 5, because some of the stuff in The Simpsons 5th season was still really good.
Mm-hmm.
But after 5 seasons, I think they start running out of topical material they can do, and they start leaning into what's hip with the kids these days, and then it just gets embarrassing.
Mm-hmm. I apologize. I had dinner waiting on me. I'm like,
Oh no, you're fine.
In between, like, food.
You are forgiven. This time.
This time. Was I in here? I don't remember these orange rocks. Okay, I have to see how my gathering memories. No, I refuse. Not going out like this. Oh God, this reminds me of scenes from Aliens.
It does.
There's a spot over here where they've got some hatched eggs
Oh.
that look just absolutely no thank you. Because it's for
You're
the
absolutely
like,
no thank
well, it's for the like arachnid looking monsters that are over here with the
yeah.
hordes. Like, no.
Like, I'm good. No.
I'm very good. Because
In a
what
way,
is it?
In a way, it looks like a pumpkin patch with very skinny pumpkins, but we all know what they are.
We don't talk about what's in those eggs. Those pumpkins, I mean. We don't need to.
Yeah, skirt.
Yes. Nah, I'm gonna deny that. It's just a video game, they said.
It'll be fine, they said.
Hey, poor flower, I don't like you. Oh, you are where are you? You aggroed me from. Hi. Gotcha.
How did you get aggro when you're level 80?
I hit it. It looked at me funny.
Wow. I am concerned about this.
I am too. Something you want to talk about? Oh, you're just gonna fly away. I see.
Yes. I fly away from my issues, just like Mrs. Johnson's dog.
Oh God!
This backstory is a mess. It's gonna get clipped. And I'm naming it Mrs. Johnson's dog.
Wait, hold on. Fly away like Mrs. Johnson's dog. Did someone throw it out the window? Like, cause now I'm just getting like flashbacks to watching Rent and the Akita named Evita falling out the window.
Oh Lord.
Quote unquote.
It was an accident, they said.
Oh, it was no accident. Let us just go ahead and say right now we do not condone
we do not condone.
We do not condone the harming of animals whatsoever.
Please do not throw your dogs out the window. Please keep them firmly on the ground. Please give them nothing but love and pets and food and water.
Yes.
And if they do have mange, please take them to your local veterinary hospital.
Please.
Don't be like Mrs. Johnson.
God. I don't even know what to say about this.
Please don't be like Mrs. Johnson.
I don't know what to say about y'all. Just some of the things that come out of y'all mouth.
Just accept it. Just
Yes.
I don't
Too bad we're your co-host.
we're your co-hosts. We're fellow admins in the Discord. You will never be rid of us. All you can do is accept us.
I hate to say, like, looking at this in bright 2 and it's like green and red, I was like, Christmas. But no.
Oh no, like, half of Azys Law looks like Christmas time.
Okay, bright 2 just kind of gives it that weird look.
That is absolutely funny. Okay, I think I'm done.
I think I am too. I was actually trying to look for one of the buildings you can go into. I think a Fate was in there, but there's no telling. I can't remember where it is.
That honestly does sound like about half of Azys Law.
I know. Am I? Oh, there's your ship. That's the central point.
Right.
We can meet back up in the middle. Well, not the middle, but the entrance.
No, that's what I'm headed to now.
Oh, beat ring. We gotta close it on this. Okay, he kind of reminds me a little bit from General Grievous. This guy here. He does.
B-Ray?
Yeah, the B-Ray on me. He reminds me of General Grievous, only without the multiple arms and multiple lightsabers. Like, honestly, it's like it's rare that I actually got that close. Get too close, that close to certain hunts or whatever because it's just like, oh, I'm there to kill you. Bye. I'm not really paying attention to how you look like. Actually, this is not. Which one is this? What is this over here, actually?
I'm done.
Yeah, I am too. No, I'll just be a nosy. Over here. Let me see. I just went too high. But I guess I can go ahead and take a few of the ones that I really liked.
Mm-hmm.
Hey. Got a lot
Same.
here.
So we're gonna go ahead and take a short break. And then me and Ann are gonna pull pictures because we're both on PS4. And then we'll be back to kind of show some of our picks for tonight that we really enjoyed about Azys. So be right back. right, and we're back. So thank you all for sticking with us. We have gathered all our pictures that we want to show off for tonight. But before we get into that, we are going to show off our Eorzea Weekly winner for last week. It was number 64. The theme was Summer and Winter Solace. So, in the United States, or basically Northern Hemisphere, we had our Summer Solace, which is considered one of the longest days of the year, and also June 20th, our first day of summer. Well, basically the opposite is same for the Southern Hemisphere, only they have winter. And I'm not sure because I tried to look this up on Google. They said either June 1st or June 21st was their first day of winter. So we do have people that live in the Southern Hemisphere in our community. So I thought it would be good to have something to mix in both. Like, hey, which season do you like? Take your pick. Here you go. So we're going to go ahead and show off the picture. And it is, that as well, Sayo. So Sayo is on our Discord. Of course, that's how you enter the contest. But no. Sayo and his wife, Neela, I hope I said her name correctly. They were our winners for Eorzea Weekly 64, Summer and Winter Solace. And we see them having a playful time, him giving her a good splash with the water, and she's throwing a snowball. I think she's going to win. It's going to hurt a lot more than salt water.
Most definitely.
Yes.
Depends on how compact that snowball is.
I don't know. It's looking pretty solid. So, if you all want, please follow them on Twitter. I have their Twitter on the picture as you see there, and go ahead, give them a follow, and look at their content. Support them. Give them a cheer. And also this week, we are coming close to an end. It's less than 24 hours before the current theme of PvP. Eorzea Weekly 65, the theme is PvP. Basically, you being in a brawl, you being in a wolf's den, you having a big group fight. I don't know. Do whatever you want to do. It's PvP, player versus player. Have fun with it. Be creative. Always safe for work. Less than 24 hours to get your submissions in. Announcement will be put out tonight, but also because this is the last week of June for Eorzea Weekly, we will also be announcing the next monthly winner. As you know, the monthly winner will be randomly selected out of the weekly winners, and they will get a $20 credit to the Final Fantasy Online store. So, if you ever want to get to be one of those weekly winners in the upcoming months, be sure to join our Discord, read the rules, and enter in some of the weekly contests. So, next, we are now going to be looking at our pictures for the week. Well, not pictures for the week, but pictures of the night. And we're going to go ahead and start off with Soraya.
Dun dun dun.
This is an owlbear. Your usual D&D mob owlbear.
Oh, I didn't play D&D. But I like
bears. Owlbears are fantastic. That is the exact stance they take before they attack you.
Okay. So, literally, I'm not gonna lie, when we first came into Azys Law doing Heavensward, and I saw the mob's name at first. So I was like, oh, owlbear, so let me try to get close up to it. I'm like, that's not an owlbear. I don't know what that is.
Death is what it is when you first get there.
I was like, that's not an owlbear. I don't know what that is. Get it away.
All jokes aside, though, I love this shot. I love how it's blurred in the background so you can actually see him sharper and then see all the nice details
Yes.
that he has in his armor.
Very well done with that.
Thank you.
I love the focus on that.
I think it's also nice that sometimes when people go to landscapes, they forget to like that the creatures on the landscape are also part of that realm. I always try to at least take a few shots where the focus is, you can kind of see some of the things that you would experience going in here. Maybe he was an owl bear. It's just, yeah.
Yeah.
He is part of that world. You know I'm not gonna break out in song. Okay, next picture. I know what this is. Because I took a few pictures of that place as well.
That one is funny. I kind of ran across those random flying areas. I was like, wait, what's this? Because I've never seen this before. There we go.
Love that tree.
That tree is
So-
really pretty.
When I first came to Azys, and the minute I unlocked flying, that was one of the island where you unlock it.
Mhm.
I circled it, I don't know how many times, and it was the only way I could explore that tree because I was so low level. Everything in that area was going to aggro to me.
So I'm just gonna fly above it and take pictures from afar.
Pretty much. I wasn't super into G-pose yet, but I just kind of stayed there and appreciated it.
Just wanted out.
Understandable.
I didn't get, like, honest, I wasn't into G-pose either during that time. Like, I was and I wasn't, but Azys just was not one of those areas that I didn't want to. I was like, I'm getting aggroed by God and country every 2 steps. I just want to get up out of here. So the moment I could fly, I immediately went to the MSQ. I did not pass go. I did not collect $200. I was like, I have to go. Bye.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty much, it's like you come into the zone. It was the same for me. It was just like, it wasn't like, oh, let me go and take a picture of this, or, oh, let me do it. It was like, I'm going to get on my mount and I'm going to fly over all of this because I still don't like you. You still aggro me. Leave me alone. All right. On to the next one. And of course, the creepiness. All the creepiness.
I mean, it was the Alligans, and they were doing experimentations. So
I mean, basically, it's still. I guess it doesn't bother me considering what we know now. That pretty much is like Garwan is like on that track too.
Yeah.
So it's just like, yeah, it's just like, wow, okay. This is like y'all.
it's just
y'all are,
jarring because I feel like for me it's jarring. It's like when we went into the burn and we were like, yeah, we remember all of this because this was really pretty, and then you see the shot of the worm and the dead worms,
Yeah.
and you're like, wait, hold up. Like, I knew about the ones on the field, but okay. This was, so I think it's jarring because, again, this is like one of those areas that you had to go in to actually see this. And I think one of the things is, like, you know, when you hear a lot about the Alligans, you hear about a lot of the experimentations that they did, but you don't never think it's on that level of how much they did until you actually get in and start seeing this.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is a whole move.
And I do believe there is speculation based on stuff that you can read in the Fractal Continuum that insinuates that the beast tribes are Alligan experiments, possibly.
Yeah, the Ixali.
and the Ixali,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Which I just love that.
Didn't we cover that in one of the guides when we were doing the dungeons?
Oh,
I
what we did with Fractum Continuum.
Yep.
Yep, I do believe so.
Yeah, Fractum Continuum hard, yes. But yeah, it's pretty much there because just like this in the huge test tubes and everything, you literally see some of the early Exile in there. And you're like, huh, interesting. So don't know if maybe they're experimented on or maybe they were like a beast tribe but then just experimented on and that was the result of them. Who knows?
I mean, it really wouldn't shock me if that was also the case.
I know.
The Elegants had no qualms about that stuff.
Oh yeah. We're gonna go on next. I think the next one is gonna be Leanne's pictures.
Oh no.
More tubes. More creepiness. That looks like the same area maybe she was in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had to go down and go look.
I was trying to find some of the places like this. I didn't succeed. I got some other places, like the other incubators and everything.
Yeah, these are like areas that are easily forgotten, or they're easy to pass by because they're so well hidden.
They're well hidden, and they miscue us and take you inside them.
True. Because it's kind of like you just doing just basically exploration. Just this is cool. Oh, this is nice.
Yeah. I do appreciate all of the detail they put into Azys Lot as an area.
Right.
Let's go to the next one. Bask in the light.
This is actually really good.
It is. Is it near the tree?
It's actually underneath the tree.
Yes, it is.
If you go underneath the tree, there's just like raining sparkles everywhere.
Well, that is good.
That is very nice. I like that.
Thank you. That's also using Brilliance too.
Ooh. Yeah, I was looking at other pictures and trying to do Brilliance too. In some place, I was like, too much orange and yellow. That probably would have been the one place to use it.
Oh yeah, that island is just perfect for it.
To the next one. Oh, this is a nice shot. I think I passed by you when you were doing this shot here. You guys do so much better shots like these.
What?
He says, and then shows us some wicked shots.
Right.
But no, I remember passing you when you were doing this shot right here. It's like, oh. Is this done with any filter?
That one is done, I believe it was with marker 1. It's one of the markers. And playing with the lighting a little bit. Then I just use the cinematic frame to bring more of the focus to the center. Showing off how nature is taking back everything that the Elegants tried to take.
The tree says no. Fern Gully says no. Okay. And next are pictures I take took tonight. And of course this one is one of my favorites. It's the entrance going into Azys Mall.
I love that shot so much.
It's like you just coming into a nightclub. Yes, I loved it. Like I said, I saw someone else take a shot like this, and I was like, wait, where is that? And then I realized, like, oh, let me go to the beginning. It's like, oh my goodness, I've never done this. Why haven't I done this? But no, I really do like this shot here. All right, next one. Of course, kind of like an overview shot of the flagship. Of course, it's in the center, pretty much in the center of the map. I got most of it for the most part, but I thought this was a really nice photo, and I, of course, used pencil 3 Pencil 3 had been doing work for me like the whole night, and I loved it. And I think this is either, I'm not sure which one. It's either one of the brights or maybe color marker. And I know I've had to mess with the brightness of it a bit. But I wanted to get a far out view, also getting the statues as well. Which I just not noticed had their own little entrance. Don't judge me. I'm so upset with that.
Not judging.
I'm so upset with that. I was like, wait, they have their own little entrance. That's what they said. Oh, no, okay. You know, I just have to play this game.
Now you know, and you can help any of your little sprouts that join your FC. And you can be like, here, I can make your life easier. Follow me.
You see this statue? Bam! That's a word.
There's the statue. The statue entrance. Boom.
Alright, and then this is my final one. This is the entrance to Fractal Continuum. Actually. And I had never noticed the spike ball building actually in the back. It was like, oh wait. Let me take a picture of this. I'm like, that's an interesting design, but okay. I'm digging it. And I like the aesthetic too, because over in that area it's like that. I'm pretty sure you can tell in the picture but that is like a bright red building. It's just like black and red over there, aside from the light blue neon lights. I was just like, oh, I actually like that aesthetic, because like some of the buildings are like either mostly black with the red stripes, or you have the red building with the neon lights. So I was just like, okay, I really do like that aesthetic. And of course, Paint 3 again, because it was doing work for me.
It's good though. I love that texture over it.
But yeah, I believe that's all that we have for tonight.
It is.
Awesome. We have one more slight minor announcement. Nothing too serious, but you know, trying to get used to doing this on a weekly basis. So I will go ahead and put this back up again. We are recruiting. So yes, Eorzea Photography, we are recruiting. There are, as you see, number of volunteer positions, so we are asking for a little bit of your time on these to help make our community successful. Looking for social media staff for both Twitter and Instagram, G-Pose mentors, PC and also console. Event staff, also PC and console, and we are looking for another Twitch host for PC. If you use G-Shade, that is a plus for us, because we are trying to, you know, if somebody comes in with any questions as far as how to work G-Shades, how to, you know, be able to do a little bit more technical work, or being able to achieve a G-Shade that they really want, somebody can help them. And especially if it's on stream and they can break it down for you, that it will be awesome to see that live. You know, we do have a number of people also in our Discord that's willing to help out as well. But if you're not shy, have some streaming experience, and you play on PC and you're a whiz at, I won't even say a whiz, I would say you are good with G-Shade and you're interested, hey, come by, ask a few questions, you know, put in an application if you want. If you want the full details, go over to our Discord under the staff openings channel to get the full details. If you have any questions, you can speak to our lovely co-owner, Soraya Hime over here.
Hi.
So yeah, don't feel free to reach out and everything. But I'm pretty sure that is all for the announcements as far as what we have. We're going to go ahead and get ready to end the stream. Anything that you two
Oh,
have?
we do actually have one other announcement.
Oh,
So, as you know, we're going to take a 2 week break before we go back into our Stormblood series. So, with this concludes our Heavensward photographic exploration of the realm for Heavensward. In 2 weeks, we will come back with starting the new series of Stormblood. However, don't discount that we're going to be quiet for the next 2 weeks. So we actually will be starting another little thing called Eorzea Plays. So I don't know if you were here in the beginning, we used to have a random day that we would just kind of play in 14, doing MSQ catch up or things of that nature. And sometimes I think people kind of overlook and they think that maybe we don't play other games or we don't necessarily support other games, but we also want to show you that we are very versed because a lot of G posting comes from inspiration that we pull from other games or other arenas. We also like to also have fun. So we're gonna starting this week Eorzea Plays. So with that being said, you will find random staff on Eorzea Photography who will actually start playing on this channel. So this Tuesday coming up, we'll start our very first Eorzea Plays. It will surprise you. Maybe.
maybe.
Never know. Check out social media. We might tell you what game we're going to start playing.
Yes.
It's a mystery.
But outside of that, I think that is it. At least for us. At least for the evening. So thank you guys for coming. We absolutely adore everyone that slid in here and said hello. It's always wonderful to share our experiences with you guys, to share, us playing with you and showing you exactly, how we kind of interpret the realm from our photographic point of view, and even to share some of the stories that we go through as we're going through and playing games. With that being said, we're going to send you guys over as we head on out to. Hmm, I would say maybe.
Hello?
Hello?
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
She was like,
um,
maybe.
I think we... Oh,
Oh,
hello?
are you back? I don't know if she's back.
See her bubble, but I see no movement.
Oh, it looks like 14 is having an issue too. That just 90K'd.
Yeah, I see the Pokeball of Death over here, over your name over here. Has me a little concerned.
Oh, looks like PlayStation Network is having issues because I can't even connect to it.
Oh, how am I still here then?
I have no idea. But we're gonna go ahead and end the stream here.
Yeah.
Um, I'm sure we were going to try to host someone, but it seems like that we are having technical difficulties right now. Yet again, at the very end of stream. So again, have a good night, and we will see you all in 2 weeks.
Have a good evening.